Hey everybody, welcome back to Amazing Life Outdoors. Today is a very special day. Today is when I get my first buck. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, or a viewer or subscriber, you would know I've previously shot button bucks. And if you don't know what a button buck is, it's got antlers about that big. So it's from a year, or from the year that you shot it, is when it was probably born. So I've shot those in the past, accidentally, but today I pulled the trigger on a nice buck and I get to spend time with my family. So come along for the ride and enjoy the video. Alright, right here is opening morning, and me and my sister Sophia are sitting over an open field, and we're just sitting there waiting for a deer to come out. Unfortunately, nothing comes out on this morning hunt. This next clip I'm about to show you is from my little sister Charlotte. She's the youngest sibling of mine, and this is her first opening morning hunt, and this is her first deer hunt she's ever been on or been able to hold a gun on. So it's a pretty big hunt for her. All right, Charlotte, tell everybody what happened.
So we were out at public land and we saw a deer. We don't know if it was a doe or a buck, but I took a shot at it, and I definitely hit it because I saw it jump, and it ran into like the woods area, and it never came out the other side. So yeah.
All right, right here, me, my grandpa, my dad, and my two sisters are heading out to the public land to go see if we can find Charlotte's deer. So long story short, we never ended up finding the deer. We think she hit it, but it just got away from us. So me and my grandpa are sitting on the other side of the woods while my dad and sister push through it, and we're just hoping we maybe kick it up or see it or something. Well, we couldn't find it. We couldn't find blood or anything, or fur. So we think it's a clean miss, I guess, but we're all soaked and muddy. I shouldn't say I am, because I'm still getting off a broken ankle, so I didn't go in the swamp, but everyone else is. And and it's not too warm out, it's not too cold out, but it's like 28 degrees, so they might get a little cold, I guess, with being wet, but I don't know, we'll see. But hopefully we'll get a deer tonight or something, or I don't know. Hopefully we'll get something. Alright everybody, right now I'm gonna head out to my stand. My grandpa's already in his stand, and my sister Charlotte and my dad are already at public land. So yeah, we're gonna get out there and hopefully bag a deer tonight, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. Alright everybody, I'm shaking right now really badly. I couldn't get the camera out fast enough. This deer, I was looking down the shooting lane way down there out by those trees. It's probably a 200 yard, 250 yard shot, and I saw this tail go up. So I look, I'm like, oh, that's a doe, okay. Sure enough, I just monster buck, like just huge wide buck chasing it. And I go, but it's like, all I see is this butt and its rack, and it's starting to run towards the road or whatever, because there's a road there. It's about 300 yards off. There's one car every 30 minutes to an hour, so, but it's starting to go towards the road or whatever, and I go, man, real loud, and it stopped. I took a shot, and I hope I got it. I'm shooting a 243 with low recoil rounds, because this gun was supposed to be for my little sisters, but Ella didn't want to go out, and my dad took his gun, obviously, because this is normal season now. So I'm stuck with the 243 with reduced recoil rounds, and this gun was sighted at like 50 yards, and I just took like a 250 yard shot. So I hope I got him, but I don't know. Me and my grandpa are gonna go look for blood here in 30 minutes or so and see if I hit him, I guess. But alright, I'm gonna hang tight, keep you guys updated. Pretty much what ended up happening here is that shot, I was saying about 200, 250. We went back about a week later, we measured it, it was about 400, about 380 or so. So I didn't really hold over or anything at all for that, but I still hit it good. I wish I took photos or videos, but it was almost like if you took a water bottle of blood and just poured it and it ran right along the highway. It was insane. We thought it was dead. So what ended up happening is we got a dog tracker out there, and yeah, the guy was like a professional, and he had his dog with him, and yeah, so we got him out there, and the dog followed the trail for 100 yards or say. We found a bed where it bedded down, and there's just a little bit of blood in the bed, and we kind of figured it just kind of ended up closing up after time, and hopefully that deer's still out there and I'll see it next year. But that's kind of what we deferred what happened, and we looked back on the statistics of the bullet I was using. It was a 80 grain 243 bullet, reduced recoil ammo, so it had less powder in it. So at the range that it was at, 400 yards, the bullet dropped down to the velocity of 800 feet per second. And there's pellet guns that go about the same speed. 22 goes faster. So that's what ended up happening, is just we just think it, barely went in, ended up bleeding, but the bullet just didn't have enough power to go right through those lungs or the heart or anything for that matter. So pretty much this buck got away free. I mean, we tracked it forever. We grid searched, patterned. It was wild, but just overall just ended up not being able to find it. And that's part of hunting. But later in this video, you'll see that this 243 with this bullet is plenty able to kill deer. You'll see later in this video, this deer was at 178 yards that I shoot later in this video, and put the smackdown on it. So not blaming the bullet. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just telling you guys the facts on what happened. Alright, everybody, right now I'm getting geared up to go out to the woods because I shot my buck last night. We went and looked for blood, couldn't find blood. And we were only 25, 50 yards away from the road. So we're walking back on the road and just pools of blood. So I hit him. He ran into the thicket, so we're getting a dog out here later today. And then, so the dog's gonna come out, we're gonna hopefully find that one. Then my little sister just called me as I was getting out of bed because I didn't hunt this morning because, well, technically I don't even have a tag. But she called me and said she had shot an 8-point buck that was chasing a doe. So she shot her buck, but then she says there's another buck in a doe out there. So we have bonus tags where we can shoot does as well. So I might go try to stuff a doe and hopefully get a doe or even a buck to fill another tag we have here, because we're party hunting with 8 people. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna get out there. Alright, I'm up in my stand right now. There's the stand I shot my buck from yesterday. We're gonna still go track that today, but my dad said a buck and a doe went out to those willows way out there. So I used a cam call, and hopefully the buck might come out or something, or I don't know. Because my dad said I can fill his tag if he wants. He was getting really cold. But this wind is crazy. It's blowing these window panels pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna just hold tight, maybe let out a call or two here and there. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alright, everybody. My dad and Charlotte were gonna come out and try to track her buck. But then I was scanning with our binoculars around the field area, and I found a bedded down 6-point, a pretty good size bedded down 6-point. And I'm trying to get a shot at him, but he's up at those second patch of willows right there. He's right next to that big tall one, the big tall one right there. He's right next to it. It's about 100-yard shot. It's just the problem is he's bedding down, so it's kind of hard to get a shot out of him. I don't know what to do. I've used my can call to try to get him over here, but he's just kind of sitting there, so it's really cool to see him, but it'd be nice to get him, but he's just so bedded down right now because It's snowing pretty good outside. The camera really doesn't pick it up, but I'm gonna try to get this guy up and over here and maybe get a shot of him. Guys, I just dropped the buck. I just dropped him. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get it on film. It was a hard shot. I'm gonna call my dad right now. I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, we're currently tracking Charlotte's deer, but it's this stuff. So it's hard, but my dad said he just got blood, so I'm gonna go over to him. Alright, so what happened here is this clip you just saw. We're walking up to my deer, and me, my sister Charlotte, and my dad's friend Drew, we're walking up to my deer, and it kind of like kicks up. Like it didn't go anywhere, but it kicked up. I didn't film it because it was bloody and stuff, so I didn't want to like gross anyone out or just show that, but it kind of kicked up and like tried getting its feet. It couldn't. So it was still a little alive. I mean, given another 10 minutes, it would have probably been dead. But what ended up happening is my dad's friend Drew, he brought his gun with, so we just ended up throwing another bullet right through the lungs. No meat wasted. I mean, where I hit was pretty much the same spot where he hit, so nothing went to waste, and it was just the same. So that's what ended up happening here, where it looks like Charlotte tripped. That's because my dad's friend Drew tells her to stop because the deer's like, trying to get up or whatever, and pulls up his gun and shoots it one more time. So that's exactly what happened right here. You're not recording?
Yeah, I only treat daddy.
GoPro. Alright everybody, well, here's my buck. It's a nice 8-pointer. Really big body. But yeah, we still got 2 more deer to find, and alright everybody, the dog guy is on his way right now, so we just ate some lunch here, and hopefully we'll get out there and find both these big bucks. But I don't know, hopefully, yeah, we'll find them, and meat's still good, and just everything goes to plan. But yeah, he's on his way, so we're gonna see what happens here. Alright everybody, I'm back up in my deer stand right now, and yeah, we're gonna sit here for the evening. We had the dog out here looking for my big buck and my sister's 6-pointer or whatever, and the dog couldn't find it. The dog is trained to like tell you and sniff for a certain way to like tell you if it's still alive or not, and it did that on both our deer, so both our deer are still alive. But that's it's part of hunting. That's why it's not called killing. But we are both using 243s, so. But I got my dad's 30-06 here, so hopefully if a deer walks out tonight, that I'll put it down where it stands. But yeah, we recovered my deer. The battery on my camera was low, so I don't know how much footage of that I got, but we recovered my 8-point and my first big buck, so pretty exciting as always. And I technically got that deer with my grandpa because he was sitting in the stand over there, and yeah, that was my real goal of hunting this weekend, is getting a deer with him. But yeah, we're gonna sit here and see what happens. So with my deer, I got a European mount. This is mine. Well everybody, I know you probably can't see me right now, but I'm in the deer stand, and alright guys, I'm voicing this over, but I have no idea what happened here, but my audio just disappeared. I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty much going to voice it over now. So, all I'm saying is, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was first weekend of deer hunting, and hope you guys enjoyed coming along with my experience with my first buck, and Please subscribe. We're so close to 100 subscribers, and thank you.